Winners and Losers, inspired by the board game Snakes and Ladders, is a game of chance. Aside from being fun to play, Winners and Losers highlights the social injustices born of socio-economic differences embedded in Australian society and evident in the Australian education system. The purpose of the game is for the player to finish the game and complete the board the fastest. Each player will represent a socio-economic class and given dice depending on their class. For example, lower SES with the red chip gets 1 roll. Middle SES with the blue chip gets 2 rolls, and high SES with the yellow chip gets 3 rolls. Chance cards will feature throughout the game where, should a player land on one, they'll collect a chance card that will describe an outcome that would affect a student. For example, you passed your assignment, move forward 5 squares. You lost your iPad, move back 3 steps. You caught jigging school, move back 8 squares. Your school's internet is down, you miss your next turn. The purpose of the game is to demonstrate how upper class students typically have a more positive and advantageous experience in the schooling system. The aim of the game in the context of this assignment is to evoke the notion of difference based on socio-economic status and the associated unfairness of privileges afforded the upper and middle class players, who get 3 and 2 rolls of the dice respectively, in contrast to the lower SES players' single roll. Players will also pick up a chance card if they land on a box marked with a C. The chance card determines whether the player progresses educationally, socially or culturally, or regresses. This highlights the social and cultural capital that's reproduced and perpetuated within the habitus of the privileged few and the distinct disadvantage experienced by low SES students. Essentially, the game is unfair and players should sense this unfairness quite quickly. Ideally, players come to the realisation that the unfairness of the game is indeed based on socio-economic status, and this realisation provokes critical thought about how socio-economic privilege and disprivilege constantly affects our everyday lives. Pedagogically, the game requires group work, which determines a social aspect to the exercise, affording the student a degree of agency, particularly in respect to the discovery learning element of the game. The game guides students to a realisation that their lives are shaped by their environment. In this respect, learning is scaffolded by the game. The learning experience connects the game with students' identity and engenders ways of thinking that can be built on in KLAs that involve critical thought, social justice and an understanding of how people's lives are shaped by their socio-economic situation.